Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're just going to do a general Aries to Pisces, and we're going to do our new Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power deck that was lovingly donated by Gabriella Love Tarot. Go check her out. I'll link her down in the description box, okay? This is just going to be a general Aries to Pisces, so any planetary placement you want to follow, any house placement you want to follow is cool with whatever. This is a new run of this deck, so we'll see how it goes. Haven't even gotten a chance to learn it. So aside from the deck review, if you like this deck, check out the deck review. I did a whole flip through on it. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, Aries, let's see what we got for you. Guidance from the Buddha Wisdom deck. Shakti Power. I'll do my best to pronounce everything. For Aries Spirit, please and thank you. All right, you have card number 8, Kali Troma Nagmo, Goddess of Time. Conquer ignorance and delusion through helping others. Okay. Let's see if you can see that all right. Kali Troma Nagmo. In the dark night, you sit in the cremation ground, rhythmically playing your drum and bell as you practice chod, the pacification of suffering puja. You allow nothing to stop the rhythm, even when the demons pick at you and a cold, damp wind whips around your neck, crawling up your spine. The wish to help others keeps you focused on your work, and out of your heart manifests Kali. She is huge, vast as space, filling the sky before you. Dancing and twisting, she is mesmerizing, but you keep on. She has come to help you with the lost souls that need solace and guidance, and she is fiercely intent on doing so. Smoke, like a silken scarf, billows around her. There is such intense heat that the very sky catches fire, and soon she is completely surrounded by the flames of pure awareness. She steps triumphantly on the heart of a human corpse to show her conquest over ignorance and delusion as she dances. She blows her trumpet made of a human thigh bone, a sound that pricks the demon's curiosity and draws them near. She brandishes a human skin overhead and slaps it on the ground, in her work to gather the demons that cause pain and suffering, so that she can liberate them and free us from illness and delusion. She is almost naked, wearing a tiger skin skirt and bone ornaments, pieces strung together found in the smoldering funeral pyres. They are her way of saying she has gone beyond convention. She is free, wild, fierce, and loving, passionate in her compassion for all, and her wish to help us be free. So, what I'm getting from this is it's not just about helping others, it's also about transmuting that energy, right? So that you can manifest your best self, your strongest self, right? Where does it say that? It says, oh, it was brilliantly written. Going beyond convention, right? Okay, fierce, free, loving, passionate, okay? So that's the energy you should be in with whatever you're trying to pursue at the moment. Do so without fear and become Kali, all right? There you go. All right, Taurus. Whichever placements you're following at this time. Spirit, what do we have for our Tauruses today? Please and thank you. All right. You have card number 44. Karma Dakini, the Green Buddha family of the North. Replace envy by focusing on your accomplishments. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't freak out about the images. I know they're getting a little more strict. All right. 44 might be significant to you at this time. That is a master number. You are protected. It's also about stability and foundations and all that. All right, let's see here. I just heard April 4th, too, might be significant. Karma Dakini. Karma Dakini is an enlightened wisdom Dakini. She is associated with the Amagadishi. I didn't even say that right. Hold on. She is associated with the Amagashsidi. There we go. The Buddha family of the north. The color green. Green might be significant to you as well. Midnight, the gift of accomplishment. The Abhaya Mudra of fearlessness. Ooh, nice. And the poison of envy. She is also associated with the perennial chakra, which is the third eye, the fifth day in the bardo, the double vajra, and the magical function of pacifying. She helps manifest the awakening of enlightened awareness in the mind stream of practitioners, revealing dormant spiritual impulses. She can also grant worldly siddhis, supernatural powers. So I'm getting the vibe that your third eye and your heart chakra are deeply connected right now. So you'll probably be getting a lot of awesome messages, okay? Have a good one. Bye. All right, Gemini placements. Let's see what your guidance is today. All right, please and thank you, Spirit, for Gemini. All right, card number 47. So 47 might be significant to you. That does break down to an 11. I love that. 8-armed Kuan Yin. Bodhisattva of compassion. When stuck in anger, cultivate compassion. All right. There you are. Okay. In another card, we met the male form of the Chinese Kuan Yin, called 1,000-armed Avalokitesvara. She has many forms and names, as she is an ancient deity, usually painted as androgynous, which may explain how she can cross borders and change gender. Kuan Yin is a bodhisattva, a being who, out of compassion, doesn't enter nirvana so that they may aid the suffering of the world. The Dalai Lamas, spiritual leaders of the Buddhist people, are all said to be emanations of this deity. Kuan Yin is as vast as space. She appears over a lake full of the tears she wept when she looked down upon the world with all its struggles and disease and confusion. She holds to her heart the wish-fulfilling gem of bodhicitta, the desire to grow spiritually. That is her guiding light in her quest to help others. It is what keeps her focused on her path through the thicket of emotions and the darkness of all desires and dreams. On her right, one hand holds a mala for reciting the mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. Another hand holds a wheel symbolizing the combined aspects of spiritual teaching and benevolent governance. The third reaches out in the boon granting gesture, which means the gift of blessings to humankind. On her left, she holds a lotus, representing that flowering of enlightenment that lies in compassionate activity. A bow and arrow symbolize the marriage of meditation and wisdom. A vase holds the elixir of immortality, symbolizing that enlightenment results in boundless light. Beautiful. All right. So what I'm getting is you might have to be a little bit flexible at this time, right? Be movable across things as you witness suffering around you, okay? You might have to learn to see through things a little bit and exercise a little bit of patience and tolerance. I'm also seeing temperance in this card. Just with her maintaining that balance, right? And holding all those things. There might be a lot of things to work with, right? At this time. But, she's got them all balanced together. So, and at the same time, she's also holding the little blue object over her heart. Okay? The wish-fulfilling gem of bodhicitta. Okay? Almost kind of reminds me of maybe a Moldavite or something, right? But the blue is also emotionally cleansing. So it's like she's kind of being a mother to all that's going on around, right? And kind of keeping things together. So you might need to be embodying that energy at this time, or that could just be confirmation of what you're already doing. All right, there you go. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Cancer. Let's see what we have for you. Cancer placements, please and thank you, Spirit. Guidance from the Buddha Wisdom Shakti power. All right. You have card number 35. White Tara offers liberation. By your quiet listening, you can liberate others from fear. All right. Sort of being a fly on the wall, observative a little bit, okay? But at the same time, maybe offering words as you notice things or just leading by example. That's what I'm immediately getting from this. All right, let's see what it says for you. Quietly sitting, focused within, White Tara emanates calm, but it is a dynamic calm, a scintillating power that shifts your perspective and so then your life. She offers liberation from the monsters in our minds and the fears and failures of the heart's wisdom to overcome our human shadow tendencies. So, going within at this time might be good for you too, okay? And maybe you'd be leading by example by doing that, right? Sort of like all these monks that go and meditate, and people just are amazed at what they're doing, and they're just sitting there meditating, going within, right? Again and again, in a continuous stream, her intention persists to liberate us from the true disease of ignorance of who we really are and what the world is. If you can connect to that stream and flow with it, you will rise above your doubts and insecurities, worries and problems, and live a long and happy life. Earlier, we met Tara in her green form, how she is most known, but there are also red Taras, white Taras, and blue Taras, 21 major forms in all. They represent womanhood in all of her variety and flavors, from stateswoman to mother, basketball player, and cashier, all of the many ways a woman can be. White Tara is quite quiet compassion. She sits in diamond lotus posture, both legs folded up beneath her, quietly centered on her intention to give. Okay? And this could just mean you need to tap into your feminine energy, whatever you need at this time, okay? Man or woman, all right? Might need to have a little bit more of your, just more of your divine feminine wisdom, right? You go within for that. It might be a form of healing for you as well, to get some sort of pure aspect of life, pure vision, right? There you go. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Leo, let's see what we got for you. Please, thank you, Spirit. What do we have for Leo? All right, we have card number 24, Sri Yantra. Cosmic map to your true, playful, laughing self. When feeling disheartened, stop and watch a child at play. Oh, this is awesome. So Spirit wants you to just tap into your child self, right? And go have some fun. All right. Laugh a little, right? Specifically focused on humor. Okay. Let's see here. What else does it say? Cosmic map to your true, playful, laughing self. Lalita Sundari, sorry, my bad, is the playful red goddess who in her delight creates all of manifestation. Her yantra, or chakramandala, is a map of the emergence of energies from her innermost subtle vibration to the most outer coarse level of form, the level we see with our eyes. The central point is the scintillation of the goddess herself. She can be compared to the first words in the Christian Bible. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The energy sound waves vibrate outward, surrounding her with 5 downward-facing triangles of female energy that intersect with 4 upward-facing male energy triangles. Their convergence creates the universe. The next level of energy is represented by petals containing the Sanskrit vowels and consonants. The energy of this level is knowable to us as sound, and therefore language. People commonly say Sanskrit is a holy language. Perhaps the early languages were more connected to the divine than languages that evolved out of them because they were born at a time when people were closer to nature and their own selves. Feelings and impressions coalescing into ideas formed into sounds that came from a heart less obscured. The petals are surrounded by an outer square representing the earth. It has doorways or gates called Bhupura. This is where and how practitioners can engage in the practice to connect to Lalita. The topmost gate is the eastern gate and represents the way of mantras. The western gate at the bottom represents the performance of rites and rituals. The northern gate to the left is the entry via the path of intellect and wisdom. And the southern gate is an entryway through bhakti, the spirit of devotional love. The earth level shows Ganesh and the matrikas, 7 ancient fierce mother goddesses: Kali, Lakshmi, Devi, Saraswati, and Indrani. At this level, we see energy and interpret it with our eyes. And so the energy, run through the filter of our brain, looks like human and animal form. The matrikas make the mudra gestures fear not and granting of blessings with their central hands, and their other hands hold implements representative of their states. Ganesh to the left is in the first position because in any ceremonial worship it is common to invoke Lord Ganesh's help, as he is the remover of obstacles. Bhairava is standing in for his matrika consort, Radhani, because he is often placed at the end of the line of matrikas. Interesting. So we get to learn a little bit about this symbolism here. Okay, I don't know if you can see all that in the card. You got little markings here, right? Okay. So overall, it's just showing you the balance of all things self, right? Basically talking mind, body, spirit all together. And how to connect, right? And just being aware of yourself as a whole, not just as the mind or just the physical body, but as well as the spiritual body too, right? Let's see. I lost our spot here. Hold on. There was something else I also had noticed. All right. When they were talking about early languages, more connected to the divine than languages evolved out of them, right? Because we were closer to nature and our own selves. And when you think about it, nowadays we wear rubber-soled shoes, right? So we're kind of disconnected from the earth. Most people walked around barefoot back in the day, right? So it was a lot easier to connect with the earth and be connected with the universe as a result, right? Feelings and impressions coalescing into ideas formed into sounds that came from a heart less obscured. So that may be an indication at this time to cleanse out your heart as well, so you can be more deeply connected to all things around you, okay? I want to spend some time reconnecting and cleansing everything out. And if you feel inclined, ask Ganesh for a little help to remove those obstacles. He's very good at that. All right, there you go. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Virgo, any placement? Let's see what we got for you. Please and thank you, Spirit, for Virgo. All right, set that aside. We have card number 3, the chakras and 4 guardian angels. Call upon the guardians of our psychic energy. Okay, so you might need a little protection at this time, or at least just some guidance and, maybe a little overseeing at this time. You might need a little, divine assistance with regards to your energy, okay? There may be an upgrade happening for you at this time. So whatever's been cleared out, you might need to have a little assistance in how to upgrade at the moment. So whatever angels or spirit team you feel connected to most, if it's just your higher self or your guides, that's fine. That's what they're there for. They're there to connect you with the rest of the universe, right? So you may need a little assistance with that. I definitely sense that there's some sort of transition here, okay? There are centers in the body where energy moves like quicksilver. They are the places where we can shift the energy state through touch, intention, or physical movement. They are called chakras, meaning little vortex wheels. And they are also called acupuncture points. Ooh, so maybe one of you might be needing some acupuncture or thinking about getting it. That might be your confirmation, okay? The grand river of our energy runs down the center front of the torso and up the back, crisscrossing front to back through the 7 major chakras on the center line and making them turn like water wheels. Oh, I love that visual. That's a good one. That's an easy way too. You can visualize that when you're trying to cleanse out and do an energy clearing, meditation for your chakras, okay? You can just sort of imagine water wheels, like a ton of water cleansing it out. They are the crossroads of the highways of the psychic nervous system. Everyone has felt their chakras at one time or another, but it is the awareness of that fact that is the first step in learning to govern your energy. For example, when you have to stand up and give a speech, you may get a knot in your stomach. You are feeling the abdominal chakra, which is, as we know, the solar plexus, right? The Manipura. Having your heart broken creates a sensation of crushing or physical pain in the center of your chest. That is the heart chakra closing from the feeling loss of love. When you witness something special, like an amazing performance that strikes you to the core with wonder, your third eye, the spot between the brows, might have a feeling of lightness. The symbols for the body chakras are rising up amidst this tree of life. 4 medallions, representing the Christian guardian angels Uriel, Gabriel, and Michael and Raphael, guard the energy system, standing at the 4 corners. So if you work with those guys, work with those guys, okay? These great angels have their counterpart in Buddhism, the Herukas. All spiritual traditions alive today emerged at a time when people lived closer to the earth and were more aware of the subtle movements of energy, the beings in other dimensions, and the afterlife. Great archetypes have their counterpart in every culture. Yes, I've noticed quite a few. There's a lot of consistency, and that's where the truth lies, right? This painting is an illustration for a spiritual psychic healer, Carrie Ptolemy, so if you want to look her up. She calls her work Realizing Your Potent Self. Miss Ptolemy draws on her experience and what she sees around the chakra areas of her clients to help people grow and heal as individuals. She helps them become more aware of the patterns and tendencies inherent in their belief systems, an energy body that prohibits self-awareness and growth. The moon represents the shadow side that all people have. Miss Ptolemy's work acknowledges that we have this side and teaches that it's not so much negative as a helpful tool for self-reflection. Okay, and I love the use of the moon being a crescent, right? With the earth, it actually kind of looks more like the earth is eclipsing the moon a little bit, doesn't it? Okay. It almost looks like the earth, but it's not. Interesting. So that just tells you that, working together universally, right? Like mind, body, spirit, all of the divine, all of the dimensions, working through anything that's shadow oriented that needs to be drawn out, right? Let's see. And since it specifically talks about solar plexus, heart chakra, and third eye, those may be the ones you want to focus on at the moment, okay? Cleansing them out. And also noticing any shadow sides that pop up, like anything that gets triggered, right? So that you know what next to heal or to reflect on at the very least. All right, there you go. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Libra placements. Let's see what we have for you today. Spirit, what do we have for Libra placements, please and thank you. And I will do my best not to butcher the words. All right, let's see. Let's get one. Come on, Spirit. Just one, please. Thank you. All right. Ooh, nice. Card number 33. All right. So threes might be significant to you at this time. Good news. Your ascended masters are guiding. You have Vajrakilaya, the magician. What you identify with becomes who you are. Oh, yes. All right. So it's all about manifesting what you want, right? And what you're around. The things that you engage with, right? Sort of like you're the product of your own environment. All right. Everything that you're exposed to, right? All right. The magician. Vajrakilaya holds a 3-sided magic dagger called a purba in his hands. Wooden ones are used for healing and harmonizing, and metal ones, ideally made from meteorite metal, are for work with heavier, more destructive forces. They can fix the sky to the earth, establishing an energy conduit between them. Their energy is fierce, wrathful, piercing, affixing, and transfixing. Vajrakilaya's practice is famous in the Tibetan Buddhist world as the most powerful for destroying forces hostile to compassion and helping purify spiritual pollution. Purbas are used to bind and pin down demons and negative thought forms, like catching a leprechaun to get him to grant you 3 wishes. That's great. You have to pin them down to be able to purify the negative energies and release the constrictions created by them, basically making you a conduit to it, right? Okay. Vajrakilaya is a huruka. That's a Tibetan Buddhist archangel, I guess. A meditation deity, and he is the deity most associated with the Purba's use. He, quote, he is the equivalent of the sum of all 3 of the Christian archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, with all of their attributes rolled into one deity. His practices are so effective and enigmatic that all the schools of Buddhism use them as major facets of their practice. There are 8 Herukas in the Buddhist pantheon. They are fierce beings, usually shown with 3 faces, in embrace with their consort. Their 2 wings of the Garuda bird symbolize their union of skillful means and wisdom. We meet the Herukas after death, when we are in the in-between phase of existence called the bardo, where visions and experiences waft to us from the ether of our own minds past memories. At first we see peaceful deities, but these eventually give way to wrathful forms, and some of these are hurukas. They are merely projections of our own minds, our own thoughts and fears. Buddhists are taught that they need to face these projections and not shrink from them. Only then will they have no power over us. To engage or contract in the face of fear is like a magnet to the very thing we are trying to get away from. Contraction, I almost wanted to say contradiction. All right. Contraction pulls in energy, and that is why rebirths happen and why karma is karma. What you identify with or react to becomes part of who you are. Okay? So the key here is to be your own magician, right? Flip the script. Not manifest what you don't want, right? Manifest what you do, all right? That way we're not calling in our own demons, so to speak, to have to bring out the 3-sided magic dagger called the Purba of sorts, right? That way we don't need extra tools. We don't even have it there to even worry about, right? So, of course, where are we going to be carrying that stuff with us, before awakening and becoming aware of our own power, right? So we'll just have to tackle those. We're just going to have to go domesticate those demons, okay? We're going to have to go slay those dragons. All right? Although I like to domesticate them because they serve use later. They become like puppy dogs. We're going to have them anyway, might as well. At least housebreak them. All right, have a good one. Bye. All right, Scorpio placements. Let's see what we got for you. This deck is definitely interesting. I'm kind of digging it as I go through it. So far, we have had no repeats, which I like. All right, let's see what we got for you, okay? Whatever comes out, Spirit. Scorpio, please. Number 40. Okay, 40 might be significant to you for as well. Vajravarahi. Creation. Fusion mandala. Bliss swirls of delight. Focus on beauty, manifest harmony. All right. Focus on beauty, manifest harmony. All right, there we go. Vajravarahi. All right, that's much easier to see it here. Symbolizes the energy of life itself, ki, prana, or kundalini. These are the names of the vital force energy in the cultures that revere her. Okay. The symbol we know as the swastika was originally svastika in Sanskrit. It has been used in many cultures to symbolize this vital energy, much earlier than when it was adopted by an army bent on destruction. Hitler's version was drawn in reverse, Perhaps subconsciously there was a wish for death on many levels in that regime. Interesting. That's an interesting little history thing there. Vajravarahi's body posture has arms and legs bent to mimic the svastika form. There we go. This depicts the energy flow as it brings life to the human's subtle energy body, up the right side and down the left, swirling in a circle. Vajravarahi is the outer form of the secret inner form of Kali or Troma Nagmo. She is one of the main deities of the child pacification of suffering practice, which in itself is older than any currently living religion. The practice was adopted by the Buddhists, and so her practice is still alive today after thousands of years. This mandala is another geometric representation of Vajravarahi's energetic state. I'm doing my best to pronounce this name. All right. In general, mandalas are about the harmony of energy as it swirls around a central point representing the gods or goddess that manifested. You see them in every culture. They are universally popular expressions of the wish to draw and create beauty. Here, the downward triangle is the female energy, intersecting with the upward male energy triangle. 4 bliss swirls represent the creation fusion that comes from male-female union. Vajravarahi is all about life and regeneration. She helps practitioners connect to the wish to grow and help others during difficult spiritual eras. Love the way that's worded. Let's call it an arrow. Instead of awakenings, eras. All right, the 5 dakinis. All right. Here we go. Trying to see where they are represented on the image here. Okay. Practicing Buddhism is like looking at the world through a prism that splits the light into 5 different light illuminated colors. It gives us a language to understand why we are the way we are. Our emotions, thoughts, and neurosis, all of it can be divided into 5 categories. This division also gave rise to a medical system based on the 5 elements of metal, water, wood, fire, and earth, practiced throughout Asia. Each of the 5 colors has a different feeling and falls in a different direction: north, south, east, west, and center. Oh, I see them. Center, and then of course the directionals. Okay. This structure forms the basis for mandalas. Each one represents some or all of the qualities of the 5 Buddhas of the 4 cardinal directions, with the 5th being the center. Along with being associated with the energy of direction, each Buddha has a family of enlightened beings, including dakinis that have similar attributes. The 5 races of dakinis dance free and uninhibited to show they are active, potent manifestations of energy. They emerge out of the heart of the wisdom dakini, a higher form of dakini, to come to our aid, moving through the expanse of the mind and subside back into wisdom dakini when their work is done. Their femininity is, try to say that 10 times fast. All right, their femininity is linked with the symbolism of space or sky and the ability to give birth or to bring potential into expression. The set of 5 dakini cards within this particular deck, which I don't think we've seen yet, by the way, still getting familiar, shows the dakinis as they look in some of the Nyingma Buddhist practices. They hold skull cups full of ambrosia nectar and a vajra cutting knife, symbolizing the cutting through the illusion of duality, the belief in right and wrong, and our separation from divinity. Okay, love it. So really it's just getting back to self, your peaceful self, right? And focusing on the beauty of things around you at this time. So, swirling yourself in delight, right? That bliss swirls, all right? So at this time, I'm getting the sense of doing the things that they enjoy doing, right? The similar attributes. The dancing, right? Space or sky, connecting with the divine, birthing new ideas, bringing potential into expression, Okay. Recognizing what duality actually is. What else do we have here? Balancing out your masculine and feminine energies at this time. Making any tweaks you might need to make to regenerate. I'm just looking for anything else here. And drawing inspiration from the world around you, that beauty. Okay, beautiful. I love it. There you go, Scorpio. Hopefully that helps. All right, have a good one. Bye. All right, Sagittarius placements. Let's see what we got for you today. Please and thank you, Spirit, for our Sagittarians. Guidance for Sag. Card number 31. All right. That breaks down to a 4. Okay, good. I did timestamp it. I've been forgetting that lately. Dance with Ganesh, remover of obstacles. Give yourself over to joy and your life will flow. This also gives me a sense that you are protected. Ganesh is with you, or some deity of Ganesh, some energy of Ganesh is with you, okay? There may be obstacles that are going to get removed at this time. So just have fun with it. Don't sweat it, right? Unless you're dancing. Sweat all you like. Let's get to 31. All right. Ganesh is a joyful, happy god. He loves to dance in spite of his massive head and body. He is too delighted with life to care. He uses his axe to cut off all his bonds and attachments. He makes the mudra fear not, promising to protect us. So all things to think about at this time, right? Whatever you're going through, whatever obstacles are being removed. He loves sweets and holds a box of chocolates. Maybe go have a box of chocolates. Or something sweet, right? Representing the pleasure of knowledge and wisdom derived from liberation. He has one tusk which represents keeping the good and throwing the rest away. His large ears encourage us to listen, and his small eyes to concentrate. Yellow is the color associated with the Muladhara chakra. That would be the solar plexus, which is in the belly, and where the Kundalini resides. Ganesh is the deity who guards this chakra, so his large belly has plenty of room for the power of the energy stored there. Does this mean if you got a huge belly that, it's really Ganesh in there? Okay, just kidding. All right. Shiva and Parvati, the mother and father of the universe, are Ganesh's parents. Oh, we get to learn how he got his head cut off. Okay. During an unfortunate accident, I like how they put that, Shiva had Ganesh's head cut off. Really what happened is Shiva mistook him for someone else because he didn't know he had been born yet. He was off gallivanting doing some important task. He comes home and he sees this random guy in his home, freaks out, cuts off his head. Parvati was very upset, as any mother would be, and threatened to destroy all of creation unless they found him another head immediately. Everyone scurried to do her bidding, and the first head found was an elephant's, and so it came to pass. Ganesh was given dominion over all the gods and classes of beings to further soothe Parvati's feelings. And that is why, if you want anything done, or you want to request help from celestial beings, you ask Ganesh first to help you with your request. He removes any potential obstacles and helps our endeavors succeed. Okay, so if you're doing any protective work at this time, Ganesh might be your dude to work with, okay? Why not? He's cute. Isn't he adorable? I ask for Ganesh a lot. Although I know he's probably requested a lot, okay, with all the people on the earth. So, if you follow a more open-minded approach like I do, I try to find someone very similar. Or be like, hey, dude, it's just an obstacle. Can you help? Like, you busy? Please. All right, there you go. That might help for today. You might have an obstacle that needs to be removed, okay? But don't sweat it. Give yourself over to joy and your life will flow, okay? Have a good one. Bye. All right, Capricorn, any placement. Let's see what we got for you. Capricorn placement, Spirit, please and thank you. That's the guidance for today. I like how this deck teaches too. All right. We have card number 18, Vishnu, God preserver of the celestial realms. The life force within us is the same power that created the universe. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. So it's just a reminder that we are all stardust. We're all the universe, right? Okay? Not to feel so small when we're actually quite connected. We're not so alone. We're quite connected, okay? Vishnu teaches us a lot more too. Hold on. Let me get there. Vishnu is the protector of the celestial realm, the smiling, compassionate, strong force of the sky. He is the pervading power that fills the void, the original sound, the Big Bang. Blue is his color, and he wears the jewelry and clothes of the Maharaja to show his kingly nature. He is often shown with his wife, Lakshmi, the goddess of good fortune. He did have 3 wives, but he couldn't tolerate their fighting all the time, and he sent Saraswati, goddess of the arts and wisdom, to Brahma, and Ganga, goddess of the river Ganges, to Shiva. Vishnu is also often depicted riding Garuda, as you've probably seen in some of our. We've also had Lakshmi and Shiva. Yes. So check out the Ascended Masters playlist. You'll be able to get some more guidance there too. Since they're being mentioned, might as well. Vishnu is also depicted riding Garuda or in a triad between Brahma, the creator, and Shiva, the destroyer. Together, this triad creates the universe as we know it. The entire universe is filled with Vishnu, which means expanding. Another name he goes by is Narayan, which means one who dwells in water, as all of life comes out of water and water sustains all life. He rides on the sunbird Garuda every day, traveling across the daytime sky. Garuda represents the soul, so when Vishnu is with him, he represents the potent power within the soul of each individual person. Vishnu has had many incarnations, but the most well-known are Rama from the epic tale the Ramayana, Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita, and the Buddha. It is said that the next incarnation, his last one, will signify the end of the world. Vishnu carries 4 items that represents the aspects of the world he is responsible for. The discus, symbolizing power, the lotus, symbolizing fertility, a conch, symbolizing Om, the original sound, and the mace, symbol of the strength of time. That's it. Good to know. We got a little lesson on Vishnu. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, I'm getting a sense to grab your inner power, grow some ideas, maybe even meditate a little bit. Sound healing, might be good, right? And persevering with that strength of time, okay, at this time. So if you're whatever you're going through right now, that's what you might need, is to kind of bring that power of the universe within, okay? Have a good one. Bye. All right, Aquarius. Any placement, Spirit, what we have for Aquarius at this time, please and thank you. Ooh, love it. We have number 2, Green Tara, the Bodhisattva of compassion in action. So compassion with action yields results. All right. And I bet we're going to learn a little bit about her. That seems to be what this deck's all about. I love it. Green Tara glows with the energy of new spring grass, potent with the awakening and growth of that season. She is exquisitely beautiful, smiling sweetly, radiant and yet ethereal and translucent, because she is no ordinary being. She is a bodhisattva, one who has dedicated herself to helping others. She appears to us as a young woman at that time of life when anything feels possible and there is so much to do to make it so. She wears jewels and silk garments, as she is a princess in the pantheon of beings that comes to us to help. She spontaneously gives aid and protection to all. Her compassion is available to anyone, no matter if it is a thief in the night, a woman giving birth, or a worker trying hard to please. She knows that personality is just the outer shell that holds the purity of our own true self within. She holds two blue lotuses that represent her purity and power. She sits on another lotus that arose out of the lake of tears said by the Buddha of compassion. And I'm totally going to botch this. Avalokitesvara. Ooh, not too bad. Okay. While he is quiet and still in his compassion, Tara is compassion and action. So he stays still compassionately. She gets moving compassionately, right? She extends her foot down to the lotus below, ready to stand at a moment's notice to begin working. Her right hand rests on her knee, open in the mudra of supreme giving. That's the hand pose, the mudra. Okay. I actually saw a deck with the mudras. I might get it. I think that's pretty handy for those that want to do that practice. Her left hand, poised in front of her heart, forms the mudra of protection and fearlessness. Her mantra is Om Tara Tutara Tura Svaha. I'm going to say that again. Om Tara Tutari Turi Svaha. And you will hear it everywhere you go in Nepal and Tibet, as she is one of the most called upon deities in Buddhism. Love it. And if I recall, she's also protective, right? So there may be an air of protection at this time as you move with compassion, okay? So don't fear it. Go for it, all right? Whatever it is that you're thinking of doing at the moment, you got the green light to go from Green Tara herself, all right? Have a good one. Bye. All right, Pisces placements. Let's see what we got for you. This is a pretty educational deck. I like it. All right. Bear with. I might mispronounce some things. It's a bit challenging. All right, Spirit for Pisces. Any placement, please and thank you. All right, who got this? Scorpio got this. So Scorpio might be significant to you at this time, okay? Might be a significant placement that it's related to as well, okay? Card number 40. Vajravarahi's Creation Fusion Mandala. Bliss swirls of delight. Focus on beauty. Manifest harmony. All right? I do remember what this one was about too, but I'll read it for you. It's all about manifesting and being inspired by the world around you, right? Where is it? There we go. Vajravarahi symbolizes the energy of life itself. Ki, prana, or kundalini. These are the names of the vital force energy in the cultures that revere her. And it does talk about the swastika, so I found this fascinating. I vaguely remembered this. All right. The symbol we know as the swastika was originally svastika in Sanskrit, spelled Svasika, okay? It has been used in many cultures to symbolize this vital energy, much earlier than when it was adopted by an army bent on destruction. Hitler's version was drawn in reverse. Perhaps subconsciously there was a wish for death on many levels in that regime. Vajravarahi's body posture has arms and legs bent to mimic the svastika form. This depicts the energy flow as it brings life to the human subtle energy body, up the right side and down the left, swirling in a circle. Trying to see if I can identify it on the card for you. I think it's the center, this ring right here is what they're talking about. Vajravarahi is the outer form of the secret inner form of Kali. This right here. Okay. Or Tromanagmo. She is one of the main deities of the child pacification of suffering practice, which in itself is older than any currently living religion. The practice was adopted by the Buddhists, and so her practice is still alive today after thousands of years. This mandala is another geometric representation of Vajravarahi's energetic state. In general, mandalas are all about the harmony of energy as it swirls around a central point representing the god or goddess that manifests it. You see them in every culture. They are universally popular expressions of the wish to draw and create beauty. Here, the downward triangle, right there, is the female energy, intersecting with the upward male energy triangle. 4 bliss swirls represent the creation fusion, okay, that comes from the female-male union. Vajravarahi is all about life and regeneration. She helps practitioners connect to the wish to grow and help others during difficult spiritual eras. So there may be an awakening happening at the moment. I love that. Difficult spiritual eras. The 5 dakinis, okay, which are these. All right. Practicing Buddhism is like looking at the world through a prism that splits the light into 5 different light-illuminated colors. It gives us a language to understand why we are the way we are. Our emotions, thoughts, and neurosis, all of it can be divided into 5 categories. This division also gave rise to a medical system based on the 5 elements of metal, water, wood, fire, and earth, practiced throughout Asia. That's why the Chinese zodiac also has delineations of the 5 elements. Each of the 5 colors has a different feeling and falls into a different direction: north, south, east, west, and center. This structure forms the basis for mandalas. Each one represents some or all of the qualities of the 5 Buddhas of the 4 cardinal directions, with the 5th being the center. Along with being associated with the energy of direction, each Buddha has a family of enlightened beings, including dakinis, that have similar attributes. The 5 races of dakinis dance free and uninhibited to show they are active, potent manifestations of energy. They emerge out of the heart of the wisdom dakini, a higher form of dakini, to come to our aid, moving through the expanse of the mind, and subside back into wisdom dakini when their work is done. Their femininity is linked with the symbolism of space or sky and the ability to give birth or to bring potential into expression. The set of 5 dakini cards within this particular deck shows the dakinis as they look in some form of Nyingma Buddhist practices. They hold skull cups full of ambrosia nectar and a vajra cutting knife, symbolizing the cutting through the illusion of duality, the belief in right and wrong, and our separation from our own divinity, okay? So it's all about reconnecting with yourself and using the world around you, the beauty around you, for inspiration with regards to anything you want to create, right? For yourself. It's that creation fusion, right? But also embodying your masculine and your feminine energies in their highest vibration to do so, okay? Along with just coexisting with the universe, right? In all those directions, including the center, all right? There you go. Have a good one. Bye.